While it's doing, welcome back inside another Hilux. This is a Gen 2 though, not a Gen 3, Gen 2. Slight differences, we can go through that shortly, but let's have a look at what we've got going on. So we have a completely stock car. It's got wheels, lift, and a canopy. It's got a safari snorkel, but stock airbox. Everything else is stock. I've already got this patched up, ready to load files in. That thing over there is broken, so this thing until that gets fixed. But yeah, stock otherwise, nothing changed. All stock exhaust, DPF still in, stock intake pipe, stock intercooler, everything is stock. So yeah, the battery charge is plugged on already because I've loaded in what I call like a dyno file. So it locks up fourth gear, so it doesn't flare back on me, and I can get lower in the RPM just to see where the tune's going to go and what it's going to do. If I don't lock it up, in fourth it'll flare back at anything under 90. So now I get back to 70, 75, get that RPM down, I get a full range all the way through, and then I put it back to a road tune after that. But this one's actually booked in for a tune and an auto tune, which everyone must have in a Hilux, Land Cruiser or a Prado. The best thing you can ever do is a trans tune. But let's get stuck into it. We'll run it up. This is stock with my lock file in it, so we can run it through, and then we'll see what it gets. So I got this in fourth gear. Tires are a bit noisy, sorry. Zoom in. So there we go, 87 kilowatts of pure horsepower and 329 newton meters of torque. Yeah, we can bring up their boost and AFR so you can see what they are. So there's our boost and AFR, so you can see it peaks out at 18.5, and our AFR is about 23 peak. But yeah, so it sits at about that 20 to 1 and tapers off. And yeah, so it taps in at 18.5 pounds and tapers off. Air intake air temps, so here that's what it's sucking in. But intake air temps aren't too bad for the Hilux when you're these are your outlet air temps here. So this is current workshop temp, and that's what's coming in the intercooler. So Hilux intercoolers work really well. Let's pop the engine cover off so you can see some injectors. You're not going to see much difference because they're in there and this one's out here. But this is out of my car. This is a stock N80 Gen 3. It's a piezo style injector, whereas these are not. They're your standard style injectors from your Gen 1s and Gen 2s. Internals are different, the heads are different. Everything's different about them. Physical size and stuff's all the same, just different internals. So that's the difference in injectors. They also have a different turbo. I can't swap you and show you that around, but down there is a different turbo, so we can't push these as hard. But let's get stuck into loading a file in and making it go better. Quickly before we do though, I thought I'd quickly show you the difference. So you can see this is a Gen 3 injector plug, and that's a Gen 1, Gen 2. So very basic on the Gen 1, Gen 2, it's just on off, whereas the piezos have a bit of a microprocessor in the top here that controls everything. Yeah, two different injectors. These ones are uber expensive. These ones aren't too badly priced, but a lot more simple. Okay, so run it up, some nice gains, let's have a look. So I put it back into OBD, engine tacho for you guys, so make sure if you're getting, make sure it is definitely on OBD. We've spoken about this before, but there we go. So you can see we started just under like 2100, all the way through to 4 grand, almost 4100 on the second run. But yeah, good gains. 87 through to 111, 329 to 410. So you can see there, that carries all the way through, some nice gains. So let's talk some data. So AFRs first. So you can see where we were originally. Now we've sort of tapered down from factory line into about 18 to 1, and we carry that all the way through. Our boosts here, we get slight increase as well. We're just touching on our peak of 22 and a bit. So yeah, so it's that 21, 22 range all the way through. These turbos are good for about 24 pound, but we don't put, like, to run there all day every day, but we don't push it that hard, so it's at about 22 and a bit, and that gives you some window to move. But yeah, nice, safe and reliable. And our intake air temps, 28 degrees, sort of sitting around 29 ish at the moment, sort of hovering around depending what air is blowing through. But yeah, it's intake air temps are really good. Everything else is really good. Good gains. Now, as for upgrades, what would I recommend? These airboxes are good, they flow fine. I run a Psycho airbox in mine, which are really good, super easy to clean and keep the air filter clean. These can be known for dusting, like the 200 series, but nowhere near as bad. We can have a look and see what this one looks like. You can still see some dust ingress coming in here. air filter does generally seal it off, so it's actually not too bad. Yeah, there's no real gains. I get good gains out of stock airboxes. These flow really well. These things can have the same problem as most other models. If you need to upgrade, probably upgrade these just for oil ingress. It does make them a bit soft and gooey. Outside of that, they do last pretty well. In Gen 1, 2 and 3, there's no real dramas. Transcoolers, I do recommend if you're doing a lot of towing or if you have big canopies and things like that. Transcooler will keep that air temp, the air temp will keep your trans temps down, and then the intercooler for air temps. Like I said, you've seen up here on the runs, the air temps didn't change too much, but we have a big fan in front, and obviously, you know, we're on the road in 40-degree heat up a hill constantly. So if you are towing a lot, going in Middle Australia, all that sort of stuff, I do recommend intercooler and transcooler combo. There's all sorts of different brands. We use HPD a lot. Really easy to fit, big gains in the way of size. PWR also do a nice one as well. There's obviously heaps of other brands, but whatever you choose, I do recommend upgrading that intercooler and transcooler. The intercooler does work great. You can see there, compared to a Navara, which will go up to 70 degrees of intake air temp. They're crazy. They do work really well. It's just if you're towing and also stuff under a lot of load, it does definitely help you. It does increase the power. Don't think about that. It's not going to increase your power. It's just going to give it constant power where your intake air temps going to be constantly, ambient temps plus minus a degree. A few Hilux owners and Prado owners are aware, but this is your 5th injector. This is what the injector is actually for the DPF. So when it does need to do a burn, that will get powered up, put fuel in and burn out your DPF. So if you want to know what that was, that's what that is. They do have a fuel filter on the pump, which is down inside there. They do have a pump to run obviously the car, but off the back of it runs that 5th injector, and there is actually a secondary filter which runs that, and we have got videos of those getting replaced, so I can put a link in the description if you want to see that as well. So that's pretty much it for this one. Gen 2, like I said, it's a slightly different engine setup in these than the Gen 3, so they do make less power stock. We get them up to about Gen 3 power. This one's obviously lower than normal because of the size tyres and the weight that's on the back. We can generally get them up to the 120 kilowatt mark, but with these bigger tyres and canopy, it's sort of sucked the life out of it a little bit, but it's a big gain where you have 87 to 111, 112. So some nice big gains there, and torque as well, gained over 100 newton meters, nearly 100 newton meters of torque. Just looking back on my screen. So there's some good gains there without modifying this car at all. It's completely stock. The snorkel is there obviously, but nothing else has changed. If we start looking at exhaust systems and injectors and turbos, we can make this thing make 160 kilowatts and 500, 600 newton meters of torque quite easily. It just depends on how big you want to spend your money and what you want to do, and warranty concerns, all that sort of stuff. If you have any questions, give me a yell. If you want to have a look at my Hilux, it has plus 30s, exhaust system, transcooler, intercooler, it has everything. There's also, that's in our playlist, you'll see my N80 on there, so you can see what you can get. Mine's still running a stock turbo at the moment, so that is possible you can get some really good gains with stock turbo still. But outside of that, G-Turbo do awesome turbos, Cycle do awesome airboxes, G-Turbo do awesome airboxes, intercoolers, lots of stuff. Any questions, throw them in the comments below. I'll try and give you some feedback or info on them. If you want to do, if you want me to do some more tech info on transcoolers, intercoolers and stuff, let me know. I'll go through and do a video on that so you can see what they're like, how they get fitted. I have done that on my own car in my playlist, but if you want to have a look on how they are on other cars, let me know, and I'll try and film that for you as well. But yeah, that's it for this one. Stock N80, Gen 2, no mods at all. Get some really good gains with just a tune, and highly recommend the trans tune on anything Toyota. We are looking at doing more stuff. I have got secretly coming along some other things, so stay tuned for that. We'll let you know online shortly, but for now, hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.